Welcome. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through chair yoga. So we will practice together for 30 minutes today. As we start, the only thing that you'll need for class today is you'll just want to have a chair that you feel comfortable in. So a chair at your desk is great. And if your chair has wheels, you may want to put them in the lock position so you're not rolling around too much. And also, if you can lift and lower the seat, just try to encourage the legs into 90-degree angles. So as you peek down, have your heels in line with knees and knees in line with the hips. As a gentle reminder, take the practice at your own pace. So if any stretches are not working for you, please skip them, come on out and modify. And as we go through our chair yoga class today, the thing that I love the most about this practice is that all of the stretches that we'll work with today, you can easily incorporate into your workday. So if you feel that you've been, focusing at the computer a bit too long, you can always do a little release for the wrists and the neck. And the things that we'll work with today, you can just kind of weave those into your workday and your work week. So let's begin with a little meditation, a little centering. So if you'd like to scoot towards the edge of your seat, you can do that. And that will help you to elongate your spine and also help you to engage your core. So we'll just take some time to close the eyes. And gently releasing the shoulders. So let's begin to take the shoulders up to the ears. We'll create a nice large circle. And then relax your shoulders as you exhale. Take a nice deep full breath in. We'll bring our shoulders up, back, and down. And one more time, nice full breath in, circling those shoulders up, back, and down to open the shoulders, to open the heart space. And then we'll just find that stillness here. Gently notice your breath as it flows in and out through your nose. With your exhale, try to allow for yourself to move into a deeper level of relaxation. So you can feel that tension melts away with the exhale. Letting your chin gently lower to your chest. So we'll just let our head hang here for a moment. And just gently breathe into the opening in the back of the neck. So nice deep full in breath and nice deep full out breath. And the right ear to the right shoulder. So we're just gonna, almost like a little pendulum, just gently sweep the ear to the shoulder. Give yourself a wonderful neck stretch on the left side. Let's take our chin back into the chest and then releasing your head to the other side. And then breathing here, nice deep full in breath, nice deep full out breath. And then we'll come on back to center. We'll take our chin to our chest and creating this half circle. Let's just sweep the ear to each shoulder. So we're just going to float to the right and then float to the left. And then just doing this a couple of times, almost letting yourself get into a bit of a meditative state. And then as you do this, maybe connect with your neck. Notice if there's muscles that feel tight or tense. And just gently notice that through the practice that tension probably begins to dissipate. So movement always brings that circulation, gets the blood flowing. And it's just so soothing. Bringing yourself to a neutral neck here. Now let's take movement into the torso. So we'll begin to gently shift the weight around from side to side. And this is a great movement for getting into your low back, getting into the mid, into the upper back. And also great for getting into the sides of the body a little bit. So we'll just find a little bit of length and we'll find a little bit of space here. Circle in the other direction, so just reverse that movement. And then as you're circling, just become aware of your body. So as you shift your weight to the right, maybe you can feel your left sitting bone and maybe feel the left leg rising from the surface of the seat a bit. And we'll float ourselves back to center, neutral spine here. Hands can come into the heart space. We'll draw those palms together. Take your chin to your chest as you exhale. Let's do a bit of a rounding through our back body. So imagine you can create some space between the shoulder blades. And then opening up the heart, we're going to gently relax our shoulders down and we'll create a bit of a back bend here. Chin to your chest. Let's do a rounding of the back. Heart floats forward, shoulders relax. And we'll just simply flow here. So this is a cat and a dog movement for the spine. We create a nice back bend. So a nice heart opening stretch, opening up the front of the body. And then we do a really nice rounding of the spine. So we create a little bit of space there in the back of the body. Come into a neutral spine here. Nice full breath in. Let's bring our hands right on up to the sky. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, and then release the index fingers. We call this steeple hands. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's take our hands to the right. And this is a variation of a seated half moon stretch. So the idea is that the outside of the body almost creates the shape of the outside of the moon, and then the inside of the body almost creates a little bit of the inside shape of the crescent moon. So just giving us that wonderful lateral stretch for the spine. And we'll come back to center. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's take our hands to the left. And really try to press that right up to the right and feel your left fingertips and right fingertips moving to the left side of the room. Let's take ourselves back to center, taking a twist to the right so hands can release. And we'll just take a nice seated spinal twist to the right side of the room. This one is called Ardha Matsyendrasana. So as we inhale, we'll feel our spine lengthen. And as you exhale, allow for your twist to deepen. Coming back to center, we'll realign here. Nice full breath to lengthen. Taking your hands to the left. And maybe gaze off your left shoulder and just see if that helps you move a little bit deeper into your twist. Coming back to center, we can realign here. Take your hands on up, bringing your hands together, hands at the heart, and then let's build on that twist. So we're going to twist to the right, and for this twist, your left elbow will hook on your right knee. And then you can encourage your prayer hands to the center of the chest. So for this twist, let's try to breathe into our back body twist. We want to breathe into our low back, mid back, and upper back. Come back to center. Hands can stay at the heart. Nice full breath to lengthen and twist to the left. And we're going to breathe into the twist for the front body here. So let's breathe into the twist for our stomach, our ribs, our chest. Releasing that one, we're going to float ourselves back to center. Sweeping your hands to the sky. And then as you do this, let your gaze float up. And we're going to try to gaze right on up to the hands. And then palms will face down. Hands are going to relax down. And then we're going to take our gaze down towards the ground. Full breath in, palms face up, gaze floats up. Exhale, palms face down, gaze floats down. And then just flowing here with your breath. Nice inhale and exhale here. As the hands come on up, let's take our hands in line with our shoulders. Right hand relaxes down your back. Left hand can draw you into a shoulder stretch here. And try to relax your shoulders from the ears. So create a little bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Hands will come to the sky, nice full breath in, left hand lowers, right hand to draw you into that stretch. And breathing. So try not to round the spine too much on this one. Really try to open up those collarbones. Let's come back to center. Hands to the sky. Now let's reach for opposite elbows. We're just going to frame those ears. Gentle shift to the left and the right here. And release. Letting your hands float out to the sides of the room. So we'll take arms into a T position. Let's take our right hand to the left. Left arm is underneath, and that left arm will bend, and left arm will draw us into that stretch. So let's try to relax the right shoulder from the right ear. Sometimes that shoulder will kind of creep up a little bit. So we're going to just relax that. Arms can sweep out to the sides of the room. Nice deep full breath here. Let's take that left hand to the right. Right arm bends. And we'll draw that left arm into the body a bit. And this one is such a wonderful stretch for your shoulder. So good for getting into your arm, getting into the shoulder blade a bit. We'll take our hands out to the sides of the room, back on through into T. And wrapping the arms up this time. So we'll take our right arm under, left arm over. Reach for opposite shoulders. Maybe press the backs of your hands together. Arms can wrap and hands can wrap on up. And if you wanted more of a stretch, maybe take your hands on up to the sky. And release. Arms will sweep out into T. Nice full breath here. Left arm under, right arm over. Reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together. Maybe arms wrap and hands wrap. And then hands can float on up. Breathe in and out. Let's release that one. We're going to take our arms out to the sides of the room. Hands will float onto the shoulders and elbows will come forward. Take them up, back, and down. Full breath in and out. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Great. Now let's take that movement into our wrists. We'll do a nice little wrist release. For this one, hands are going to relax down and we're just going to begin to circle those wrists. And then as you do that, let's begin to circle our hands up towards the sky. And once our arms are fully extended, we'll just take a pause here. Begin to circle in the other direction. Gently let your hands float down. Let's take a moment to pause here. We can circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. Floating your hands up when you're ready. Taking that opportunity to pause here. Reverse. Let your hands float down. Letting that one go. Let's take our hands together. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, and circling out through the wrists. Maybe find large circles here and maybe find smaller circles here. And circle in the other direction. And release. We're just going to shake that one out. So let's take a moment to scoot to the edge of the seat as best as you can. Bring your feet out nice and wide. And begin to drop your knees to the left. So we'll try some warriors in the chair today. So for this one, we're dropping our legs to the left and we'll encourage 90-degree angles. So we're going to have a 90-degree angle in our left leg and then also the right leg. This one is a variation of a knee down warrior. So feel free to hold on to the chair if you need to. And if you would like a little more, maybe take your hands on up to the sky. So just trying to square your hips and your shoulders to the left side of the room. So that will give you that nice opening in the front of the body. And we'll gently release this one so hands can grab onto the seat. And let's build on that. We're going to try out a crescent warrior. So for this one, your back leg will straighten and you'll be on the toes of your back foot. Just know that your foot doesn't need to be in line with your hip. So if you want to bring that foot out to the side, you can do that. It will give you a bit more space. And you'll just really activate the back leg. So you're going to press nice and firmly through the heel and the back of the knee. Holding onto your chair, maybe take your hands to the sky. And this one is so good for your quad and really good for getting into the hip flexor and the psoas. So those muscles tend to shorten if you're sitting a lot through the day. So it's always wonderful to give them a little bit of a stretch. And we can gently relax our hands down. Let's try a warrior one pose from here. So that right foot can hop to the right a little bit more if you'd like as well. So this one, the foot doesn't need to be in line with your hip. It can be off to the side in an angle. Your foot will be planted for this one. So you're going to have your heel grounded down. You can have your toes at a little bit of an angle. So they're going to be facing off to the right side of the room. Hands can float to the sky. Maybe hold on to that seat if you'd like. And our warrior one pose is such a nice stretch for the legs and really good for your low back. So maybe feel the tailbone tuck here. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine slightly. Taking a nice full breath in. Let's try warrior two from here on the exhale. So we're just going to open this one up. Probably have to readjust quite a bit. So in warrior two, we'll have our left foot pointing forward and our right leg again can be at that angle. It's going to be kind of at that diagonal. But our back foot, we want it to be straight with the right wall that's behind us. And our shoulders will be over our hips. We can take an opportunity to reach our hands forward and back. And this one is a wonderful hip opener. Try to feel that your arms are very active here. Feel your hands reach forward, feel your hands reach back. Arms are active, engaged, and energized. Left palm can face up. We'll sweep our left hand up and back for a reverse warrior two pose. And just reaching and stretching from the left waist. We really want to lengthen through the whole side body, through the arm, through the fingertips. Core engages. We'll come on through. Let's try lateral angle from here. So we can take our arm to our leg. Maybe bring your right hand to the sky. And then if you wanted more of a stretch, you can take this hand down to the ground. We have a few options with our right hand. So either hand right to the sky, maybe arm frames your ear. You can also try out a half bind. You could wrap your arm around your low back, reach for the other hip crease. Coming on up, core engages. We'll come back to warrior two pose. Let's see if we can relax our shoulders from our ears a little bit more so we can release those shoulders of tension. And then letting this one go. So feel free to grab onto that chair. Take your feet out nice and wide. We'll windshield wipe knees to the right and the left to give ourselves an opportunity to reset here. Knees will drop off to the right when you're ready. We'll set up with that knee down warrior as we begin. So 90-degree angle in the left, holding onto the seat, squaring the hips and the shoulders to the right, hands to the sky if you'd like. And this one is nice because if you can give this leg this opportunity to be very weighted and have the knee sink down towards the ground, it can really help to open up your hip flexor and psoas, help to open up your quad as well. Let's transition to crescent. So very similar to our knee down warrior, but we're just going to work on straightening out that back leg now. And again, feel free to take that left foot off to the left. And breathing. So we want to breathe into our stomach. Breathe into the ribs. Take your breath to your chest. Opening into warrior one pose. So left foot can hop up to the left a bit. Have your toes turned up. We want to make sure that that's a nice alignment for our knees. So our left toes might be aiming to where the corner of the room is, off to the left. Hands up if you'd like. Try to breathe in and out through the nose. So that really helps to keep your mind and your body calm and relaxed. Sometimes when we breathe through the mouth, it can really activate fight or flight response. So breathing in and out through the nose keeps us calm, relaxed, and at ease. Warrior two as you exhale. So we're going to open off towards the left side of the room. You can always readjust here your feet so you have good alignment. Arms can come up into a T position. And the feet won't actually move, but almost create a little sensation like you could pull your feet in towards one another, almost like there was magnets on your feet and you were just drawing in. Coming into reverse, we can float our right palm up and back. And backhand can glide down the back leg. Maybe wrap your arm around your low back. Reach for the other hip crease. Maybe take a half bind here. Core engages. We're going to float it on up. Warrior two. Come on down. Lateral angle. And then maybe trying for that extended lateral angle if you'd like. Then you have those different variations at the top hand. And then breathing. Notice where you're holding tension. Try to let that go with each exhale. Coming back on through. Warrior two pose, Vira Vajrasana Dvi. Gently releasing this one, we can hold back onto that chair. Feet come out nice and wide. Windshield wipe the knees to the left and to the right. Let's come on up to stand. We'll shake that one out. So as we come on up to stand, give the legs a little shake on out. Wrists can get a shake on out. And let's take some time to grab onto that chair so we can do a little stretching with our chair today. So for this one, let's use the seat. You'll just want to have your chair turned in so that you can access the seat. Bring your feet in line with your hips. Take your hands to the sky, full breath here. And then come on down to a fold as you exhale. So we'll just bring our hands right onto that seat. Shake out the legs a little bit here. So bend one knee and bend the other knee. And relax your head yes. And relax your head no. As you come into stillness here, let's take our right leg up. We'll try a warrior three pose. Try out a balancing warrior. So we have our right foot lifted and you can have your foot in line with your hip. But if this is feeling tricky, you may want to stay a bit closer to the ground. You can have your toes on the ground and maybe just play with the idea of lifting the leg on up. And anytime we take a balance pose, we want to find a drishti. We'll find one spot to focus concentration, to focus awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. Let's take our right foot to meet our left foot. Left foot floats back when you're ready. And feel very grounded in your right foot. So we're going to press through the inside and then the outside. Noticing your body's natural tendency if you tend to roll in or if you tend to roll to the outside of your foot. Let's take our left foot to meet our right foot. We're going to float ourselves back on through into a fold. Bending into your knees, let's take a moment to lower down the stomach, lift up through the heart, and then a little bit of a rounding through the back body. Chin to your chest, rounding. Lower your stomach, lift up the heart space, and chin to chest, round your back. And we're just going to flow here through that cat and dog stretch. Good. Let's come to a neutral spine here. We'll lower the stomach, lift up the heart. Let's come on up to stand. Nice deep full breath in as you rise on up. And hands can come to the heart space as you exhale. So let's come up to the right side of the chair a bit. We're going to work a little bit with our quads. So for this one, your left knee can come up onto the chair. And we'll begin to try to reach for the foot. So if you can't reach for the foot, that's okay. You can just meet us in the next pose. Now, if it feels comfortable, you can keep the top of the knee on the seat. You can hold onto the chair. If you wanted to build on that, you may want to just step away from the chair a little bit. Maybe you really try to strengthen the balance here. So we're going to just hold this one. So this one is going to be that really great quad stretch. And I know quad stretches aren't always the easiest. So if you're feeling a bit of a stretch, pretty intense, that's very normal, very expected. And letting that foot go. Let's come to the other side. So we're going to float off to the left. Either right knee onto the seat, have that support, hold on, or step away if you'd like. And maybe creating a bit of inquiry. Notice if the stretch feels very similar on this side of your body to the first side of the body that we worked on. You feel very similar, may feel very different one side to the next side. And release. We're going to let that one go. Feet come out a little wider than hips. We'll sweep arms side to side, coming into an empty coat sleeve stretch. And let's take a moment to build on that one. So either work with the same exact variation that you just did. Option to come right in front of the chair. We're going to start with our left hand for our left foot. So you can have that right hand onto the chair. And then the nice thing with this variation is if you wanted to, you could take this into the dancer pose. You could begin to kick your foot back and up. And this one is very beneficial for your body. It gives you a back bend for your low back, mid back, and upper back. We get a really great shoulder stretch. It's so strengthening for your standing leg. So strengthening all of those muscles through your foot, through the ankle, and through your knee. And we get that quad stretch, we get that hip flexor and psoas stretch. So lots and lots of benefits for this one. Let's begin to release. We'll take our left foot down. Right hand for right foot when you're ready. Begin to kick the foot into the hand. Take it up, back. And just check in and make sure that you're breathing. Sometimes when we do a pose and we're really trying to focus, we tend to hold the breath. So we're just going to take nice, deep full inhales and exhales here. And release. Let's float it down. Feet come out a bit wider than your hips. Arms side to side. Let's take it into empty sleeve stretch. And we're going to float ourselves back on through to stillness here. Bringing your feet in line with your hips. Hands can sweep up to the sky. Nice full breath in. And hands can come to the heart. Full breath in. Let's reach up and stretch up. And release. And one more time. Nice full breath in. And full breath out. Let's take a moment here to pause. If it feels comfortable, maybe close your eyes. And thank yourself for practicing chair yoga today. For taking this time for yourself to do something so good, beneficial, positive for your mind and your body. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. I hope you feel better. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. First